I'm Nishita. I'm a student at MIT. I just finished my first year and I'm studying computer science and business analytics. I'm from Boston, and my experience with CVision began by my search to find an internship. I was able to find out about the MISTI program since it's really heavily advertised, not just by the college but by the students, because it is a really cool experience in my opinion, getting to go abroad, and the college pays for our travel. So I had two friends from my high school who also go to MIT, who came to Italy last year for research. So I knew I wanted to go abroad. So the way I ended up choosing CVision is an interesting story in my opinion. So initially I knew I wanted to do something abroad, specifically in Italy, because there's no language requirement for the MISTI program. But the issue I kept on running into is a lot of companies in Italy, they don't know the merit which a lot of international students bring to the table. So they don't even open up the conversation of bringing us in as interns. But I was talking to one of my roommates, Larissa, about the situation I was running into. And last summer, it turns out she was in Italy and she was helping out with CVision. And she ended up giving me some paper pamphlets, and that really helped me. I ended up reaching out to CVision and they seemed really interested in having me over, and obviously I love the opportunity as well. And since then, I've been working here in the summer and I think it's been a really valuable experience. So this has been my first internship working with such a big company. So a lot of the learning was just collaborating with a lot of different people and having my code be shared with others. So for all of the code I've written has been for myself. So I haven't had to write it really clearly or share it with everyone. So just those tiny steps have been a new learning experience for me. But besides that, I've also been using a lot of different tools and just different computer vision techniques, which I haven't really worked with before. So it's been a really good experience. I already know a couple of my friends who are coming from high school to MIT. I'll tell them they need to do MISTI and come to Italy, and I'll tell them about CVision. I think I would tell them that CVision is an amazing choice to come and do an internship because everyone is so welcoming. So the MISTI program at MIT allows students to go international, and MIT pays for all of it. So there are multiple MISTI programs, not just in Italy, they're in Spain. But I chose Italy because there isn't a language requirement. So the work I'm doing at CVision, I'm adding Python to existing C++ pipelines in the hope of reducing the overall time it takes for the code to run. The idea behind it is that compile time and runtime are separate. So if we're able to increase compile time while reducing runtime, the overall structure of it will run faster. And the work which CVision does is very time dependent. So it has practicalities in what they're doing. So I have a couple of friends also staying in Italy. They're in Milan doing some research. So all of us in the weekends, we get to travel all around. I've been to Venice, Florence, and I've never been to Europe before, so it's been really exciting just to travel. Last weekend, my friends and I were able to go up to Switzerland since one of our friends has a summer house there, so that was fun. So again, I grew up in US, but I have family in India, and Italy has really reminded me of back home in India, because the community is very much about the community. So in that sense, I really enjoyed what Italy has to offer. I learned a little bit of Italian. I know ciao, buongiorno, I've learned it's not grazie, it's grazie, but I don't really know. And besides that, pizza, but that's it.